now I think we should kind of talk about the space and what you're building and where you're going and how this all came about.
Yeah.
So when did ownership shift from a dream, an idea, to becoming a necessity and something that you really just jumped on and went for?
I think it honestly, it didn't quite feel real until we like raised more money and like found the space. Cause it's one of those things, like you have concepts in your head, and I have many. So it's like, it wasn't.
So this is
like,
one of many?
This is one of many. This is one of a few. Many might be a strong word. But yeah, this is, it kind of all shifted as I started looking at spaces. You're never going to find it's rare to find the exact space that's going to fit your vision. So it kind of like, I looked at one space that was like going to be more of a daytime cafe, and then it was kind of shifting in my head. And so like, I think finding the space, and then you really like lock into what the concept and the neighborhood, and like, then you really lock into what the concept is. And then it kind of started feeling real to me. What really motivated me to like start looking was I had this moment where I was like, if I'm going to be working in service every day, which is what I want to do, this is the way to make it. This is the only way to make it my own.
What is the biggest learning curve that you have seen from transitioning from a bartender to a bar owner? And I mean, we're in the building space still. So like, what is that biggest?
Being business minded. Because once you're opening a bar, it's a business. It's not this like it's this romantic thing in your head, of course. And it's like beautiful and exciting, and every single part of it is exciting in its own way. But the business side of it becomes like top of mind, and like the amount of time I've been able to spend on the cocktails is so minimal compared to like what I've spent on everything else in terms of the like operations of the business. So I think that's like one of the biggest surprises is you get so much less time than you think, and it almost feels like this daunting thing. But I think like the menu suddenly feels like a daunting thing. But the past like week, I've actually been able to like focus a little more on it, and it's kind of starting to like get me excited about the actual drinks again, because there's just so much else. There's just so much else to do, and especially as a sole operator, it's like it's a big to-do list.
I think
that
you
has
made
nothing
your
to do with cocktails.
first cocktail here, what, a day or two ago?
A few days
what cocktail
ago.
did you make?
We made a pina colada.
Okay.
Because the bar stations aren't functional yet, so we had to make. So I was like, let's blend something, and I had the ingredients for a pina colada because of something else I was working on. And
can I ask your specs on this pina
for
colada?
a pina colada? Sure.
On your pina colada, not just a pina colada, your pina colada, or your blender pina colada.
I think we did a blend of rums.
Okay.
And then 1.5 ounces Coco Lopez, 1.5 ounces pineapple juice, 1/2 ounce lime, pinch of salt, and then ice in a blender.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
That's what I did. We kind of wung it.
Yeah. Hey, that works. That works. We've talked a little bit about how like the menu has kind of had to fall secondhand to like dealing with the city and dealing with all these sorts of things. How do you, for yourself, and maybe there isn't balance, but how do you balance the business versus the artistry?
A lot of it is artistry, and it might feel like sometimes a little mundane, but every single detail ultimately contributes to the overall experience. And I think it's the little details that people might not even see that contribute to the whole so much. It's like way more than the sum of its parts. You are like spending all this time choosing like plates, but like ultimately everything's gonna look right together because I spent all that time. And like things like the music, where the speakers go, where the lights go, like things like that all like add to the like creative vision, even if they feel a little less like creative.
But it matters.
Even if it's not the cocktail in the glass, it does matter.
Absolutely.
And
And speaking about cocktails and glasses, I know you've been having a lot of fun shopping for some glassware.
Yes.
How has that been going for you?
Oh
Because
my
that's
God.
a huge undertaking. I mean, bringing in all the supplies for a bar.
Glasses and plates took up so much of my brain space for so long. I don't know. I'm a very like detail-oriented person, and like I was like crashing out. I think I looked at 200 glasses, and martini glass alone, I think I looked at like 30.
I mean, a classic martini, it's an important piece of glassware.
Yeah, I love martinis, and so I think it's such an important thing to get right. And so I'm like so happy that I spent the time, but it was definitely like when you can't find the exact thing you're looking for, like it's like I want to just like create it, but that's not
Sadly, that's not really how
possible
it
or
works.
like realistic in terms of budget.
That is very, very fair.
For instance, there was a martini glass I really loved, and then I found out it was $30 a glass. That's not
Yeah, no, that would
not in our budget.
I don't think that's in a lot of people's budgets if we're being very honest on. I mean, just from breakage or I don't want to say theft, but I mean theft too. I mean, pretty glasses disappear.
Yeah. I'm like just having visions of.
Oh, absolutely. Well, how will Bambi reflect your idea of or your philosophy on hospitality?
It's interesting because people ask me a lot about the concept, and I wouldn't say it's like a high concept bar, but I think like every decision we've made has to do with like the whimsy and the fun behind cocktails, because I tend to have a very like almost like scientific on the back end, very like streamlined on the front end approach to my cocktails. So I use molecular techniques, but I tend to keep them all in prep, and like during service, everything's very kind of like elegant and sleek. I want to be able to kind of show that those like scientific techniques have a place that's not always going to feel so severe and like uptight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm kind of trying to like bring the fun into like more molecular cocktails and creating it in a more like whimsical, easygoing environment. And I think that's like whimsy is really the concept. It's like everything that we've chosen is like so cute and particular, and like it's gonna all come together in a way that like I think everyone's gonna feel like the warmth and the love behind it. And I think that's my biggest goal. And like warmth is like when I was staffing too, in terms of like how we're planning to like take care of our team. I like when I was choosing like the bar team, that was like my biggest, like someone asked me what I'm looking for, and I said my biggest thing is warmth. I was like, I want to trust that you're going to take care of everyone around you, not just the guest, but your fellow teammate. And that's, I think, like, it doesn't have to be so hard to come to work if we're all working together. And the intention is to like show up with love and take care of each other.
What sort of guests are you hoping that this space is going to attract?
I definitely I'm a nerd. So like, if you're a cocktail nerd, you're definitely going to enjoy it here, I think. But I think just like anyone looking to have like a nice time and feel taken care of, people who are like interested in maybe the more interesting techniques and approaches, but you don't have to be like that. That's like the thing. I think it's like, it's great for like groups and friends and dates, because it can be like one person who's very interested in all this stuff, but you can still have an amazing experience. Everything I do is like pretty classics adjacent. So like, I think any person could find a cocktail that they love here, even if they're not into like craft cocktail. You know, they're still going to have like a nice time here. We're also going to have like a great wine list as well. And like, and the food is, we haven't even touched on the food.
Yeah,
but
I know. We haven't even talked about the food. We've only talked about the part.
The food's so good. The food menu is probably farther along than the cocktail menu at this point. And it's going to be just really nice time.
What do you want guests to take away when they leave here?
I think this is like every business owner wants this, but I feel like from my heart, I want this too. I want everyone to leave. I can't wait to come back. I can't wait to come back and see what I'm going to experience the next time. And like, we're going to have an ever rotating menu with cocktails, with everything. So you're always going to kind of have something new to experience. And like from a personal perspective, and like just from all of the care I've put into like curating everything, I want people to leave and just kind of in this very relaxed way be like, that was perfect.